Hello, I'm Pastor Mark of Overbrook Presbyterian Church, and I'd like to invite you to spend the next few minutes with me reflecting on God's Word. I'm sure most of us growing up had a favorite game. So there's one game in particular that I loved growing up that we always played at my grandmother's house. It was called Ain't No Boogabears Out Tonight. I'm sure you've all played it, but just in case there's somebody watching who hasn't played it, I'll just take a moment and explain how the game works. First of all, you and all your cousins need to gather on your grandparents' front porch. Has to be at night, has to be really dark outside. One person gets selected as the Boogabear. They go and hide somewhere on your grandparents' property while the rest of you wait on the front porch with your eyes closed, counting to 100. Once you get to 100, then everybody can open their eyes and begin to walk slowly around your grandparents' house singing, "Ain't no boogabears out tonight, out tonight, out tonight. Ain't no boogabears out tonight, 'cause Grandpa killed them all last night." And you just keep singing that over and over until the boogabear jumps out from behind a bush and everybody screams and tries to run back to the front porch, which is home base, where you're safe before the boogabear can get you. If the boogabear gets you, then you turn into a boogabear and it's your turn to hide while everybody else waits on the front porch, closing their eyes, counting to 100. Something that I was just thinking about that game is we walked around the yard singing "Ain't No Boogabears Out Tonight" when we knew for a fact there was a boogabear out there. And we were terrified. We were walking so cautiously and we were looking at each other like, "Did you hear something? Did you hear something?" Ready to just turn and run at a moment's notice. So we were telling ourselves ain't no boogabears out there, but we knew there was. And us telling ourselves that there wasn't didn't do anything to make us feel better. I think we're in a similar situation these days. We're facing some really challenging times. And it seems like new information comes out every day, and seems like some of what comes out today contradicts what came out yesterday or the day before. I found myself not too long ago trying to convince myself that this really wasn't a big deal and that I really didn't have anything to be concerned about. I realized that, kind of like playing Ain't No Boogabears Out Tonight, me telling myself that this was just all pretty normal and wasn't a big deal, it really didn't make me feel any better or any safer. I still had that underlying sense of anxiousness and anxiety. What I really began to think of is that, yes, there's a boogabear out there, more than one, but the one we all seem to be focused on right now is this COVID-19. To feel at ease and to feel comfort and to feel at peace, I don't think there's any use in trying to deny it or deny the seriousness of it. It's a big deal. But what's an even bigger deal is our God. There's a popular worship song that says, "Our God is greater. Our God is bigger. And if He is with us, then who can stand against us?" Romans 8:31 asks this question: "What then shall we say in response to these things?" These things that we face, these challenges, these boogabears, if you will. And it's one beautiful, simple answer. If God is for us, who can be against us? Who can stand against us if God is for us? So I invite you to find some of the peace that I have found recently in responding to this COVID-19 crisis, or whatever it is that you're presently struggling with. You can try the Ain't No Booger Bears out tonight, but I doubt you'll have any better luck with it than I have. Instead, I think you'll find more peace acknowledging that there are booger bears. And they may seem big and they may seem overwhelming. But when we realize no matter how big they are, no matter how strong and powerful they seem, our God is bigger. Our God is stronger. And God is for us. And therefore, nothing can stand against us. Thank you for spending this time with me today, reflecting on God's Word for God's people.